Welcome back, guys. Got a book and comic book haul from the city of Boston, man. So me and my wife, we were in Boston for both PAX East, the video game convention, but also we had the Kendrick Lamar concert. I'm wearing the shirt right now. You guys see Gloria, dude. So concert was a ton of fun. The video game convention was a ton of fun, but also on one of those days, me and my wife, we had a free day, so we did a bunch of book shopping. So we hit up, I think it was 3 comic book or bookstores walking around the city. So let me show you guys the quick haul, man. So let's start off with some books, dude. Some books, no pictures, guys. So we got a full set of the Lord of the Rings books, man. So I just like these covers, right? And I noticed that in my my new book collection that I've started collecting more and more books recently. I have some books at my parents' house, but I didn't take them with me. So these, it's kind of like a new collection starting. So we got Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King, of course. I like the shelf presence on these, you know what I'm saying? Nice little 3-book set. So we got that. I also like, maybe I can explain too, because like for books, I like the soft cover, like as tiny as can be book. The words are a little bit on the smaller side, that's all right. But for, you know, comics, obviously like the hardcover stuff, but for books, I'm a soft cover guy, man. I don't want my book to be too bulky, which is kind of interesting because with comics, dude, Omni's very heavy, very big, but those are my favorite kind of format. So anyways, for books, we go with the soft cover stuff. Next up, we went to, there was this bookstore called actually that's where I got these from too. It's called More Than Words, right? So they had all sorts of like vintage, thrifty stuff, but they had a lot of used books. So that's where I got these, but then they also had a comic book graphic novel section, and I found some gems, dude. So we got Jin Luen Yang, who did the series Superman Smashes the Klan, which I was a huge fan of. Trying to read more of his work, I found this series Boxers that he did from a little bit ago. So that's pretty cool. Really fan of his art style. And yeah, dude, so excited to read some more Jin Luen Yang work. So we got that. From the same bookstore, we also got, nice, dude, we got some Darwyn Cooke, Richard Stark's Parker the Hunter. So this is the adaptation by Darwyn Cooke. I have the giant, like absolute size, the library size edition, but now I have the Hunter book 1. You know, this is the book 1, nice little hardcover, Darwyn Cooke's classic artwork, of course. This matches book number 2 that I have down there. So now that matches, dude, I love finding these. It's definitely a series that I want to like kind of double dip and get as many formats as I can. So I love finding this nice hardcover of Darwyn Cooke stuff, man. So Richard Stark's Parker the Hunter, book number 2 by Darwyn Cooke. Let's see what else I get from that one store. More Than Words. We also got Superman Unchained, dude. So deluxe edition. You guys know I'm a big fan of deluxe editions. I haven't read this Superman New 52 series. I don't think, I'm not sure, but Scott Snyder written with Jim Lee on the artwork, right? So love that in a deluxe edition, nice oversized format, beautiful artwork, man. So excited about that. All of those were from that store I said. More Than Words. So definitely recommend checking out More Than Words. You can find some nice stuff, man. So we got a little bit of a nice stack from there. We went down to the Newbury Comics on Newbury Street. That was a ton of fun. Found some gems. We got the Kurt Vonnegut, Ryan North, Albert Montes Slaughterhouse-5 adaptation. So obviously Slaughterhouse-5, a book by Kurt Vonnegut, but this is the adaptation by Ryan North, right? So he's been doing a lot of great work over at Marvel Comics right now, doing the Fantastic Four series. He's doing the One World Under Doom stuff, and very shortly he has a Crypto the Superdog series coming out. So just wanted to read some more Ryan North stuff, so this was a really fun find. Never read Slaughterhouse-5, you know, thought this was pretty cool. So got some, you know, Kurt Vonnegut adaptation by Ryan North, so we got that. At this same Newbury Comics, I got, oh, actually, I forgot to show you guys. So from More Than Words, they also had just a bunch of like single issue comic books. So I found some like really cool finds, man. So we got this one. This is Batman 655. You know, this was just like a bin of pretty beat up single issues, not gonna lie, but this has the first cameo appearance of Damian Wayne, dude. So it's the first issue in the, what's it called? Yeah, Batman and Son, that arc. Everybody knows that arc, Grant Morrison, of course. So get that. That was really cool to find for like $2 in a little bin. We also got this one, dude. Just a classic cover, dude. I think I have this in a CGC. Not this one, never mind. It's the first Red Hood, but this is awesome, man. Batman 647, just a classic Batman cover. And then we get this one, dude. Batman 666, Damian Wayne Batman in the future on the cover there. So love it, dude. So that was just like a really fun, that was just a really fun find. And then we got this really cool Zatanna Batman cover. So Detective Comics 833. I'm not sure if this is a key or whatever, written by Adini, but just really like this cover, dude. Zatanna with Batman in the ball there. So that was some single issues that we got from that place, More Than Words. But back over to the Newbury Comics, right? Because we got this. This is What's the Furthest Place From Here, the deluxe edition, which means it comes with this little tiny record. But I saw this, Matthew Rosenberg, Tyler Boss, and they must have been going on their tour, right, for their new series. We're taking everyone down with us, and You'll Do Bad Things. They were doing like a tour, going to a bunch of comic book shops. I think they hit up this Newbury Comics in Boston, and they signed these, I'm pretty sure. So, but yeah, that's what we got. Matthew Rosenberg, Tyler Boss signature on this. What's the Furthest Place From Here, issue number 1, which is a series I really enjoy. And then we also picked up Blood and Thunder from Comicopia. So that was a comic book store, like a dedicated comic book store. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't the biggest fan of Comicopia, but we did pick up Blood and Thunder single issue from there. It was a long walk, and I was like, oh, I gotta buy something. I didn't get Blood and Thunder #1 from my shop, so they shorted me on it, so I'm gonna pick this up. And then finally we went to Posman Books. Posman Books, nice bookstore, but they didn't have any graphic novels. It was a little bit of a shame. Maybe I'll show a video, but it's like a tiny, like one shelf of graphic novels. That's okay though, because they had some real books, of course. So we got this Lord of the Flies, Penguin Classic Deluxe Edition. Really like the cover on this, and it pairs well with this Dracula Deluxe Edition cover too, man. So 2 books that I've wanted to read for a long time, right? Lord of the Flies, you always hear it's a classic. I never read it in high school. No teacher ever assigned it. And then Dracula, dude. So I got these nice covers. But that's what we got for a little bit of a book haul. Some single issue comic books. We got some real comics. Some real books, we got some stuff, some classics, some adaptation stuff. We got some Lord of the Rings stuff, classic there. But that's what we got, guys. That's been the comic book and book haul from the city of Boston. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm just gonna hold some of them up. I'm not gonna wall them all up because they're pretty heavy. Thank you guys for watching, and read more comics.